No, you know, confidence grows through work ethic, through seeing what's happening around you, and that's it. I put the work in, and it's paying off, and I truly believe that my work is the correct work. What I'm doing is correct. I don't look at other. I celebrate my surroundings. I believe in my team. I always did. I don't see another successful team and run to that and be like, this is where I need to be for the best sparring. Right. I never felt like that. I believed in my surroundings from day one, and then it just grew and my confidence grew. People are just attached to this journey. It's been one hell of a journey. A young Irish man, we're not supposed to be here at this pinnacle. You know, we are taught that, you know, it's almost shown upon to be this outspoken and this confident and to be in these positions. So I think the world is just taking note of this. This is a young, confident Irishman that's been on one hell of a journey, and they are latching onto it and supporting it, and I'm very grateful for that. And that's it. No, I never watch fights and are like rooting for one guy over the other. I like seeing fights stylistically and how they play out, but I'm more watching from a educational standpoint, trying to learn certain things and certain emotions and things that work and things that do not work. That's how I look at a fight. Not I'm rooting for this guy and I hate that guy. That's not the way I look at fights. I certainly watched Floyd's fights previously. I certainly paid close attention when he spoke ill of mixed martial arts multiple times back in the day, as I was a young kid dedicating my whole life to this craft, listening to someone at such a high pinnacle talking down about it, and that made me, that he became on my radar at that moment. He wasn't necessarily speaking about me because I hadn't even reached anything at that stage, but he was on my radar from that moment. And then obviously he started speaking about me, and then leaked the rumor that the fight was going to happen, and then we went all steam ahead and pursued it. I don't know, it's very hard to explain. It just is what it is. It is what it is. But you know, the emotions from, although I was fighting in front of 80 people, like if we were to clear out this room now and I was to fight a man here, or prepare to fight a man in 20 minutes, the emotions would be the exact same in the lead up, in those 20 minutes before the fight begins, as they would be in the lead up to the fight before the Floyd fight begins. A fight is a fight, whether 1 billion people are watching or whether one person is watching. It's the same emotions, and it's until you find comfort in those emotions. And I've competed in all ranges of fighting, all across the board, and the emotions are the exact same. I've competed in jiu-jitsu tournaments, grappling tournaments, where there's no strikes, where there's no head trauma, and in a club hall, on like pushed out mats, that jigsaw mats. You know those jigsaw mats where they connect them together? Yeah, sure. And there's like 3 people in the room, and the emotions are the exact same before I go out and fight in a mixed martial arts bout, where there's elbows, knees, shins. It's just it's a competitive emotion, and it's all the same. And once you find comfort in it and an understanding that that's what this is, you can go and relish in it and enjoy it and shine under those lights, the lights that Floyd thinks that I may fall under. So that's where I have been at. You know, I've been experiencing these environments and these emotions my whole life. Even originally when I first got into combat sport, I didn't get in it to be a champion. I didn't care about no national titles. I got in it because the kid across the street was going to whoop my ass, so I wanted to prepare to whoop his ass if he came at me. So you know what I mean? And like even before I sparred, I remember the first time before I even started sparring, when I'd go down to the gym and I knew I was going to spar that day, I'd have these nerves in my stomach. And I used to always celebrate those nerves, because I knew these nerves feel the exact same as the nerves that I felt when this kid was trying to fight me. So I know the more I feel these nerves and find comfort in these nerves, I'm going to be able to be comfortable in the actual thing. So I'd always seek that feeling, and it's been the same ever since. I've been seeking that feeling, and that's why I'm so comfortable with that feeling. So.
And you have that before every fight?
Yeah, it's a competitive feeling. It's just like it's a hard one to explain. It's like a mix of excitement. It's a mix of energy or nervousness. It's a mix of multiple things. It's hard to kind of pinpoint what it is. It's just a competitive emotion, and that's it. And I am so comfortable and so experienced with it that I thrive under it.
I feel to be at the pinnacle of any game, in whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday, there was rugby, there was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this and let's engage in this. And I can't do it. I just don't, people are talking to me and in my head I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life, sequences and numbers, nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else. I went in there the first day and was eyeing everyone up, sizing everyone up.
Yeah, as opponents.
Just, I don't know why I do that. I just do that. I size people up. I don't know why, but I do. I almost feel like when I step into this thing, I'm at war. I'm at war with everybody, at all weights. But they were good people. They responded well. When you keep it real with somebody and you lay it out, I did lay it out. I said, this, I'm not gonna baby you, I'm not gonna hold your hand. I've been thinking of what way to approach it, so I wrote out some notes of what way I feel is best we'll do it. And just to let you know where I'm at with the whole situation. Everyone is here for their own benefit. Forget Team Europe and forget Team USA. There is no friends in this business. You are either here to win or you are simply a filler. We're all on our own journey, as am I. So this is it. You come in here and handle your own business. You don't need nobody to hold your hand. I told them the truth and let the chips fall where they may. That's on them.
You're not the champion yet.
I am the champion.
Well, you're actually the interim title holder at the moment.
I'm a 3-time world champion.
At the moment, you're the interim featherweight champion, and at the moment, he holds the belts.
At the moment, I'm the Cage Warriors world featherweight champion. I'm the Cage Warriors world lightweight champion. I'm the UFC 145-pound featherweight world champion.
But when you beat Jose, you become the unified champion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he has one, I have one. You're only as good as your last one. His last one.
15 months ago.
Who's the champion? Who's the champion there? So, interim. Take that interim out of there. There ain't no interim in this. I'm a world champion. He's a world champion. We're gonna find out who's the unified world champion. Don't put interim in there, I don't like that. Reebok sent a load of gear over and it said interim. So what the f is that interim doing? I'm like, I showed up, he did not.
What happens if you do lose to Jose Aldo?
That is not in the equation. That does not process in my brain for 1 second.
Can you not allow yourself then as a fighter to go into that?
I could try,
yeah,
but it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't even happen.
I
couldn't even try and feel that if I tried my best. It's not gonna happen.
Is there like a safe that's in your brain that's locked and it just doesn't open that door?
I'm not a neurologist. I'm not a neurologist. I just cannot see it. I cannot feel it, so.
It's fascinating that there isn't a chink of doubts, a chink of light that allows doubt into your mind over those things. Where does that come from, Conor?
Just from what I see, what I feel, what I know.
And presumably all the hard work you put in that we don't see behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, of course, most certainly. I feel when it comes to it all, it's easy for people to look in from the outside. But when you put it all together, not just the weigh-ins, not just the fight, all of the other stuff, nobody can do it better than me. Everyone else crumbles. Every single other person crumbles. But I show up. I have a curiosity about the human anatomy, and I feel, looking around, I feel like I am only a white belt in this game of movement, which is the broad spectrum of movement is what it's about. It's not about single disciplines. And I am only a white belt. I am only a beginner in this game of movement. But if I am a beginner in the game of movement, then the people, my competitors on the UFC roster, have yet to take their first class. You know, this is part of the game. Success breeds envy, it breeds bitterness, but one thing envy and bitterness will do is hold you back, so I choose not to pay attention to it. Well, all they gotta do is pay attention. You know, you can either look, you can be bitter and let it eat away at you, or you can look and you can realize this is the way it must be done, and you can follow my lead. Yeah, Dana is a cool guy, and I don't think he badly needs anything. He is a successful man. We are all on our own journey. I don't feel he needs nothing, you know, but he is a cool guy, and a lot of people get signed by the 3 letters, the UFC, and feel they are entitled to something, but yet they do not bring nothing to the table. How can you not bring nothing to the table and expect something to eat? You know, so for me, I bring something to the table and I eat it. Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.